Hallo und herzlich willkommen.
Hello, and welcome here at HOMAG. My name is Werner Brinkhaus, and I am the head of CNC Product Management. Today is a very special day. Today you will hear the first news about woodWOP 8, our workshop and workpiece-oriented programming system. I can still remember very well how it all started. That was more than 30 years ago when I changed from being a CNC service technician to sales. I still come from the generation when CNC machines were programmed in DIN 66025. At that time, every single processing step had to be programmed in a complex way. Many of you may remember this. Commands like G1, X200, Y200, Z10, T81, F3000, M3, etc.
Richtung 200 mm Z, die Tiefe, das Werkzeug, den Vorschub anzuwählen, alles mühsam.
The penny for the development of woodWOP dropped when a customer approached us and told us about his problem. He said that, as a furniture manufacturer, we are faced with the daily challenge of having to take measurements on the building site, as the bricklayers are not quite so precise with millimeter measurements. We need a solution to be able to change each cabinet component variably in length and width, and not to rewrite each CNC program laboriously. At the Ligna 1991, exactly 30 years ago, we introduced woodWOP Programming version 1.0, a real revolution. With woodWOP 1, for the first time it was no longer the machine that was programmed, but the workpiece. This is also what WOP stands for, Workshop and Workpiece-oriented Programming. As a user, you only had the workpiece graphic in front of your eyes and described how the workpiece should look after machining. All the rest is done automatically by woodWOP. Let's travel through time for a moment. In 2002, the first wizard was added, which simplified the programming for edge banding. 2009, the step into visual 3D graphics. 2012, the first version with a CAD plugin. And in 2015, many extensions for 5-axis technology were added. Today, more than 160,000 users use woodWOP daily to program our CNC machines. woodWOP is also taught in vocational schools, technical schools, and universities worldwide. This means that your new employees are fit for the CNC machines from the very first day. I am not the only one who has been enthusiastic about woodWOP over the last 30 years. Our colleagues from the development department are also working with great commitment on the innovations and are therefore very proud to present them to you.
Und sind deshalb auch stolz, sie zu präsentieren.
Ja, es gibt wirklich jede Menge
Yes,
Neues.
there really is a lot of new stuff. With this version, familiar functions, such as the variable table, are enhanced with great new features. And there are new functions, such as the new wizard, that make your everyday work much easier. Where do we get our inspiration? Our development team has many good ideas for further development. It is particularly important to us that you quickly get from the CAD drawing to the executable machine program. But we also get a lot of inspiration from you. One suggestion was to be able to save settings in the CAM plugin macros for later use as parameter sets. A great suggestion which we have implemented quite concretely. Speaking of specifics, let's take a closer look. How has the operation improved? The new Formula Wizard makes creating formulas extremely easy. In the large formula field, you have everything in view. There are various building blocks, such as variables and mathematical functions. From them, the formulas are assembled. The formula components can be easily distinguished, and there is something else that makes the difference. Not only do you get the formula result, but you can also calculate partial results, especially practical for really complex formulas. With the transfer of parameter values, mass changes to editing macros can be made quickly and easily with just a few clicks. What that means for you? Saving time when creating or modifying programs. Taking my everyday work as an example, until now I had to enter the depth of each borehole individually. Today, one entry is sufficient for 20 boreholes. There have also been some changes in the visualization. We now show the aggregates as a 3D model directly in woodWOP. This gives you better visual control of programmed edits. So, everything is 3D from now on. The workpiece, the machining, and now also the aggregates. And with the View Cube, you can switch to the desired workpiece view even faster.
Und mit dem View Cube wechseln Sie noch schneller in die gewünschte Werkstückansicht.
Das waren jetzt schon ein paar Infos für die
That was some information for woodWOP professionals, but we have also made something for our newcomers. We have learned through a survey from you that getting started, i.e. the first steps, is often the biggest problem for woodWOP newcomers. One of the challenges is to create a contour. That's why we in the development team have been thinking about how we can make it easier to get started. We have created woodWOP templates with basic contours for this purpose. When these are opened, a wizard-like dialog is displayed to the user. In this very clear and intuitive dialog, only the required variables are displayed with graphical support. As a result, a program is then created with the desired shape as a contour. To make this possible, without errors, for inexperienced machine operators and woodWOP newcomers, we have added a few new functions to the variable table. Here, there is now the possibility to store an auxiliary graphic for each variable. This makes the variables self-explanatory for everyone. Another new feature is the option of allowing only fixed predefined values or a range of values, such as from 0 to 20 millimeters. This avoids incorrect entries by the operator. The program created with the desired contour shape can then be easily completed into a finished program with just a few mouse clicks and is then ready for production on the machine. The new Edge Wizard macro is now available for this purpose. Many of you are probably familiar with our previous Wizard or technology database. We have completely redeveloped this to meet your requirements and to support existing and new gluing techniques, such as the PowerEdge Pro Duo. The contour is automatically recognized, and based on the geometry, all machining operations are automatically generated with one click, thus achieving an optimal result for different gluing technologies and different edging types.
Für unterschiedliche Verleimtechnologien und verschiedene Bekantungsarten erreicht. We
also know that it was a great concern of yours to be able to control all woodWOP functions via an external industry software package. Unfortunately, this is not possible with the MPR format. As a solution, we have developed a completely new and open XML format, namely the MPRXE format, X for extended and E for exchange. With this new format, all workpiece and machining data can be completely written or read out. This means you are ready for the new woodWOP age and have endless possibilities with the new functions.
Unendliche Möglichkeiten.
The feature recognition function in woodWOP 8.0 recognizes not only holes but also grooves and pockets. After analyzing the 3D model, the machining macros are automatically generated for the workpiece. In the conversion profile, you define how exactly the edits are to be generated. This will save you time and get you to the finished program faster. There are also great changes in nesting. The new nesting plugin provides a macro for formatting multiple workpieces in the nest. You decide with which strategy the workpieces are formatted. You have three options for this: the single part nesting, stay down nesting, where the tool remains in the material, avoiding approach and retract movements.
Und so An- und Abfahrbewegungen vermieden werden. Beim Common Line Nesting
With common line nesting, the tool also remains in the material, but at the same time formats the workpieces to the left and right of the cutter. This process is much faster, but the tolerances are greater. You can use the nesting plugin directly in woodWOP. It can also be used in our optimization software, IntelliDivide Nesting. As you can see, there really are a variety of options.
vielfältige Möglichkeiten.
Ja, und da schließt
Yes, and I agree with Simon. Not only are there endless possibilities, we promise to keep at it. Even with woodWOP 8, we will continue to develop upward compatibility. That is, programs you may have written 20 years ago can still be inserted into woodWOP 8 today. Because sustainability was already a forward-looking strategy at HOMAG 30 years ago. With new wizards, the integrated wizard, and the nesting macros, woodWOP 8 is full of new features that will make your daily work easier. woodWOP 8. Faster from the CAD to the optimized CNC program. Thank you very much, stay healthy, and we wish you success with woodWOP 8.
Vielen Dank, bleiben Sie gesund und viel Erfolg mit woodWOP 8.